Hey everybody, my name is Grover from Odyssey. This is Jaren. We're going to be playing some Brawlhalla today. And yeah, we've got a couple of cool updates for you guys. And we'll just be here answering questions. And
showing off our new microphone filters on our faces here. Ha 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 ha.
Perfect.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Odyssey Comedy Hour. Okay, I've never played this game before. I don't know how to play it. I also don't know if my controller's working. Oh, it's unplugged. That's the problem.
It's basically a Smash clone.
Basically, yeah. Okay.
So we don't have any characters at the moment unlocked, but essentially,
wait, player
it's
3.
a Smash clone.
Okay. Well, who's this guy? This person. This dude. This dude seems cool.
All right, let's see. We can put teams on. 5-3.
So we have the chat open next to us. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. Pretty much about anything. We're running off of Penrose headphones today. So if you have ordered one and haven't received it yet, and are curious what it sounds like or anything like that, they should give you a pretty good idea on the kind of, it's what we're using. Although in theory, maybe you won't be using a mask when you're streaming from home. So, there's that. I believe this is the fancy new pop filter that we have for it, which is specially designed for this microphone shape. So that's exciting. Where am I? Oh, shoot. Thought I picked. Boop. Oh, it's the wrong button.
Oops. Sorry. My bad. I was trying to... It was... No.
Actual real gamers. Okay.
All right. There we go. Okay. You just had to reset for player 1. So if you just press the A button, yeah, there you go.
Now, presumably people can hear us. If anybody is in the chat, could you go ahead and confirm whether or not you hear anything that I'm saying? That would make me feel a little bit better about the situation. Not saying you have to. You're not on the clock or anything. But feel up for it. Oh, that's good. Thank you, Joe C. Wick. No, it's okay. The enthusiasm is appreciated. You just type in caps all you want to. Oh, there's colors?
Yeah. I put us on teams, so
okay.
We'll be on the same team.
Oh, I see.
I actually haven't played this in a little while, so...
yeah, me too.
It's super simple. There's like light attack, heavy attack,
uh-huh.
and then a block. I think there's a dash, actually.
Sure.
And you press, I think, X to pick up weapons.
Got it.
Otherwise, you just kind of hit people with your hands.
Okay, and what's the situation with this?
So those are just your 2 weapons. So when you pick up weapons, those are just skins.
Sure, okay.
When you pick up your first weapon, you get the first weapon that's shown there. I think his is a lance. And then the second weapon is, if you get rid of that weapon or you lose it, the second weapon is the other weapon that you have. And they have slightly different move sets.
Sure. I followed 100% of that.
Yeah, let's just...
This is going to be great.
Let's jump in. Yeah, just press A.
Haha.
We'll just go to a random map.
Budvar.
Yeah, they all have like vaguely Norse-centric names.
Well,
there is also wall jumping. I think B is heavy attack, X is light attack, and also pick up weapons. You can power up the heavy attacks like in Smash.
Okay.
Oh, we should turn
Kill
on,
the blue
we should
dudes.
turn
Got
on
it.
Names next match. And then...
Is there like a charge, like a hold and charge?
If you hold B, yeah, it charges up a special attack. Although I think it only works if you have a weapon.
Whoop! I see. Well, all right then. Shoot. There we go. Oh. It's not looking good for me. So quiet in chat right now. Just haha.
So anyways, we as Jaren mentioned, are playing on the new Penrose PlayStation headsets, but we do have a bit of exciting news on Penrose X. I think Sankar just mentioned to us that he got an email from Microsoft that we have approval for Xbox certification. Is that right?
That is correct.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's a we should have an update going out a little bit later. So if you are one of those people who are waiting for word, just keep an eye out on your inbox a little bit later today. I have to go ahead and take care of that. So as soon as I'm done committing cartoon murder, I'll go ahead and pivot over to that. Oop. Now, Grover, I'm not sure which character you are, so I've been unable to verify whether or not you're helping.
Oh, I'm doing so good. I'm carrying the entire team. I'm this character named Orion, who's this kind of like winged helmet robot dude.
See, now the issue with that is that I'm also a helmeted robot.
Yeah.
So they're not really that distinct from each other. That's fine.
Oh gosh.
So is anybody in chat waiting on a Penrose, or how'd you guys hear about the channel? Very curious. This is actually our first time streaming. If you couldn't tell, testing out what's the thing called that's blocking out the background? It's,
NVIDIA Broadcast.
Yeah, which is working pretty well. Can't see the white wall behind us. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it works quite well. It's pretty cool software. The background removal is by far the handiest feature, I think.
Whoop. Well, I missed my my lance with a rocket on it. Ah, well. On Headfi, yes, we did post it on Headfi. I'm dead, so that's fine. I can talk more.
Okay.
Whoop. Yes. So, Joe, are you what headphones are you using? Do you have any Odyssey headphones? I assume so.
Nice.
Is it hard to tell who's talking, you think? Can't see anybody's mouth.
Oh, yeah. This is me. I'm Grover.
Like watching your face on the screen as you talk, and there's just like no expression when you say that. So really, it doesn't help at all.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out who's who, which is kind of okay with me.
That's true.
Yeah,
It's
right.
There was someone I bumped into the other day walking his dog, and he's hard of hearing, and it's quite difficult for him to tell what people are saying now with no masks.
Right.
I think.
Joe Seawick is from Headfi HQ.
Oh, okay, very cool.
So Grover's more likely to know who he is than I am. But
Yeah. I mostly know Jude and Brian. I'm actually not familiar with, and I don't know if Warren's still there, but I knew him a little bit as well.
Shoot. Yes, so we do not have a ship date. We're all here, they say. They're all here. Wow.
Oh, well, awesome. Hi, guys. Hope you're all doing well and staying safe and cooking along on cool stuff.
So yeah, is it Godfada? I don't know. We do not have a specific ship date yet, but again, now that we've received certification, we expect to be able to start shipping out pretty soon. But I don't want to say anything just yet because I need to get some more specific details. But
yeah,
again, we'll be sending out an email a little bit later today. So if you're on that list, you should just keep an eye out. And I'm not sure if we'll have a ship date listed there, but
we'll do our best to get as much information to you guys as we can. We actually literally just ourselves, right before the stream, learned about the approval from Microsoft. So we're super excited because we've been waiting impatiently as well to try and...
Yes. As have many of you.
Yeah.
Although there's only 8 of you. So that really does reduce the odds that one of you bought a Penrose. But never know. Hey, look at that. Look at that. Can you dance?
I am actually...
There's no even squatting. You can't do a whole lot. You can jump.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty... The controls are pretty simple. Although this game has gotten some popularity in... it has a small esports scene, actually.
That doesn't surprise me.
It's a nice Switch or Smash alternative because it's so light on CPU, and the as a result, the ping is relatively low because it's such a lightweight game. So remote play is pretty good.
Oh, that's not good.
But the triple jump and the wall jump make it a lot.
Yeah, wall jump.
They make the air game pretty interesting. I used to be a little bit okay at this game.
I didn't. That's okay. Oh jeez.
Oh,
So-
just missed it.
In the interest of just my own edification here, what difficulty are these little bots on right now?
Medium.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
They're not on easy. Don't worry.
Well, at least there's that. I mean, that's makes me feel a little bit better. And yeah, we're glad you're excited. God, I don't know what to call you. So Godfax is a bit easier. So I'm just gonna call you Godfax. But no, glad you're excited. We're excited too. We've really been hoping to get people a definitive answer on when we can ship that thing for quite a while, obviously. So it's great news. We're excited about it.
If you pick up that horn, by the way, you can do this.
Can I not? It seems like I can only be carrying one thing at a time.
Correct. Yeah, you can't carry 2 items at a time.
Is that? Oh, you can't see it on YouTube.
Can't see it on YouTube. Okay.
So we have some technical difficulties. So as soon as
Well,
we're dead here,
we can
we'll go ahead and
pause.
switch over. Yeah.
Let me check. Okay, so we're getting chat on
Okay,
YouTube.
that's better. That's helpful.
Let's see.
So as mentioned, this is our first stream. So please bear with us while we figure out how to simulcast.
Okay, so that should be correct.
Yeah, let's check out the old YouTube page.
Yeah.
It says live. Oh, heck, yeah, here we go. We're up
Yeah.
on there.
Seems like we're
Hey.
live.
There we go.
Yeah.
Hear everything? Yes. Good thing we see Twitch chat. Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
we're
So
live.
now I have the YouTube chat up as well. So hello to everybody that's on the YouTube chat. Amazing news, we have an shipped date. Let's do Twitch chat. Air shipping on Penrose X. That's what I said. Biggest. Oh, fortunately, all these are basically the same question. Although, which of these is the biggest seller, Penrose or Penrose X?
Yeah.
We can see. Yes. Sorry, guys. But fortunately, our fearless leader came in and told us that we were doing a bad thing. So now we're good. Just got the thumbs up. So that's good. We get to stay employed another day. It's fantastic.
There's a new Mobius Carbon.
New Mobius Carbon for the Black Friday sale. Is that a new updated model? Yeah, that is new. So thank you for reminding me. Yeah, so the Black Friday, Black Friday, Cyber Monday / week-long sale is still up and running. And yes, the Mobius units and LCD1 units are both brand new, fully updated, all that stuff. So it is a really good time. We very rarely are able to put new stock like that up for sale. So highly recommend it if you have been interested in that. I myself have been using Mobius for quite some time. Obviously, before Penrose, it was my go-to. So if you haven't experienced it, if you have any interest in surround sound or anything like that, I do highly recommend checking it out. It's a very different way to experience audio, and it's something that basically until Mobius, I never would have thought I would have had the opportunity to experience. So what's changed on the new Mobius? Oh, so I should clarify. This is not like a re-release of Mobius. It's not B stock. So when I say new, it just means not used. So no changes there. We do occasionally update firmware and things like that, though. I don't know that we've done any of that anytime recently.
Ah.
Okay, you know what I need to do? I need to do. Probably help if I hit the guys with the hammer instead of just swinging the hammer through the air. But yeah, guys, the sale for Black Friday will be going on through Monday. Monday is the last day. We're sold out on pretty much all of the B stock headphones. I think we have LCD i3s still in stock. So that's another thing you might want to check out. I'm not sure about iSign 10s and 20s. Last time I checked, I believe was yesterday, we still had some, but that may have changed by now. And then, of course, we also have the LCD boom mic cable and some EL8 travel cases. So boom mic cable should work with any LCD headphone. What is it, 3-pin mini XLR connectors on those, Grover?
Yeah, it is a
headphone?
3-pin mini XLR, so it will work with any headphone from our lineup that uses the 3-pin mini XLR. It'll even work with any other headphones, any headphone that uses a 3-pin mini XLR.
Yeah, perfect.
So.
We love you too, Venar.
Aw.
Veneer?
That's so nice. Thank you.
We're smiling, but you can't tell because we're being safe.
Oh, there's new modes now. I haven't played in a little while. We should play.
Beach
this
Buddy.
one's funny.
Beach Brawl.
Let's do 3 minutes.
So as mentioned, this is our inaugural stream here. It's our first time, but we do plan on doing this a bit more regularly, making kind of a making a thing out of it and giving an excuse to play video games on work hours. So it should be a lot of fun for everybody. Let's change something. Should add a boom mic to my MX4s. Yeah, that would work. It's why we sell it separately, frankly. I mean, if you've been looking for a way to use your MX4s for gaming and stuff, well, it's a good way to pretty much convert any of your Odyssey headphones or audiophile headphones into a gaming headset.
Yeah, and I really like that. That microphone is actually pretty sensitive too, so you don't have to turn the gain up real high. Although Windows 10, if you're on Windows 10, has a lot of cool new features for microphone level setting and enhancements and Dolby and all that kind of stuff. So this mode is basically we have giant beach balls and we're throwing water balloons to try and hit the beach balls into the...
I hate to inform you about this, but you are on a team with all computers right now.
Oh, and you're on the other team?
I'm not on a team.
Oh, you're not? Yeah.
I'm a passive observer.
Well, hold on. Let's...
Yeah, Stephanie. There is DSP on those, so, as far as typical acoustic drawbacks of closed-back headphones, you really don't have to deal with that in the same way that you would with the standard pair. Oh, you know what the problem is, man? Is I keep hitting B instead of A.
Okay.
Because I'm a PlayStation
Are you PlayStation?
guy,
Yeah.
and this is an Xbox controller.
It always confused me, too, because I was always a PlayStation as a kid. Press A.
Oh, yeah.
And I got a controller for some of the games that I play on console. And yes, I'm normally PC Master Race, but oops. But the PlayStation controllers don't work unless you custom remap them.
Yeah, you got to get like a piece of software for that.
And so I got an Xbox controller for the first time, and had to start getting used to it.
Enjoying the plug-and-play simplicity of the Xbox controller.
It is nice. I also was I got the Elite one because it was like curious about it, and it's I have to say it's really expensive, but it's pretty cool. It does work well. You can like remap all the buttons and stuff.
Today this popped up. Hey, Kyle. Yeah. So believe me, I've been waiting for reviews too, but we should have some coming through pretty quick. We were basically just delayed on shipping for a bit, but that has since changed. So we've been sending out review units a little bit here and there as we've been sending out, fulfilling all of our direct buy pre-orders, which we've been hard at work doing. We've got people from customer support and sales and everybody sort of pitching in to get those things out to you. But yeah, so as far as the reviews go, definitely keep an eye out. I don't have any definitive dates for publication or anything like that, but keep an eye out in the next couple weeks. You should start seeing some coming through. Very excited about that. I have every expectation that the reviews will be good, but we'll see. All right, let's see. We got it on Twitch. Hi, I bought the LCDX last night. When can I expect it to ship? Got a Mobius and it's wonderful. Yeah, I'm glad you're happy with it, Vinar. And Musictron. Can't really say. I think, as I just mentioned, our shipping department is basically just burning the candle at both ends right now, trying to get all of our orders out. I don't have a specific answer on that at this point. One of our customer support guys may have a better answer for that, but all I can say is we're working as hard as we can to get orders out as fast as we can, and I hope that we're able to get your headphones out soon. And when it does ship out, you should receive that FedEx tracking number in your email, so just keep an eye out for that. I have no idea what I'm doing. Throwing water balloons into the air.
We're just getting our butts kicked.
So if you charge it, does it...
It does throw faster and harder, but it's pretty much just toss as many as possible.
Okay. I'm helping. Look at that.
Oh gosh, we're getting absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, you are very welcome. I'm sure he's watching, so hi Shankar. Yes, Shankar is watching. Aha, Chris. Chris, do you want to have a cameo? Somebody asked when their X's are going to ship, and I said I don't know, but somebody from customer support might know. You gotta look at the camera. Everybody, say hello to Chris. You can't. They can't see you. You gotta wait. Maybe they can. I don't know. This is delayed. Just gotta. This is not. We're not social distancing properly. It's making you disappear is what's happening. Yeah, there he is. Say hello to Chris, everybody.
Hello. I don't know when the X's are going to ship.
See?
No, we're shipping them every day. Stuff gets shipped out every day. Yeah, it's just a question of catching up with production.
Wait, you probably can't even hear you. Here, talking to the mic.
Talking to your dirty microphone?
Yeah.
So X's and everything else is shipping every day. It's just a question of getting caught up with production versus when your order is in the queue.
So hopefully you heard that, because I don't really know if I just had him talking into the noise filter or not, but we'll find out.
Okay.
Thanks, Chris.
My pleasure.
Some reason I'm patient about shipping times. I just want it to be good. We want it to be good too, so we appreciate your patience. It's always nice. For my time in customer support, I can confirm that patience is a virtue.
The Chris has arrived. Oh,
Oh, we have an overlay.
Metal 571. I think we can actually make the overlay.
Ah,
Hold on. Let me. I need to window the. Oh no, it works now.
yeah,
Okay.
no, it's
For
right
some reason,
there.
it wasn't
Perfect.
showing up on top before.
That's good, because my laptop's going to die at some point. Got 17%, guys.
For some reason, I'm patient about shipping times. Just want to be good.
Pardon?
Oh well, they said they were patient about shipping times. So
Oh, I didn't hear that.
bless you. You're a saint. Hit A, I think.
Oh, jeez, what am I doing?
There you go.
This guy looks like he's
He's going through his Billie Eilish phase. I've never played this mode, by the way, so I don't know what this is. They've added some new stuff since I last played.
Oh, I'm not red anymore. Okay. Gonna beat up this bald guy real quick.
I think we're all. I think we're all just on the same team.
Oh wait, why are there demons?
I think we're. This is like a horde mode.
Are we working together?
I think we're
or-
competing for
Aha.
how many we can get.
So now, am I supposed to actively be trying to shoot these other people? That's really the.
No, I don't think we
Aha.
can. We can't hit them.
Oh, okay. Well,
Um,
it's only slightly disappointing. Jeez, I don't even know if I'm like I can't see bullets. Are there bullets or what is this?
it's a ranged weapon, but it's not like a
Not a lot of
ranged
range.
weapon.
I
It's
see.
kind of like a
Like a short range weapon,
yeah.
like all of the weapons. So it's basically a melee weapon that looks like a gun.
Essentially, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. I mean, it's got a little bit of range, so
Uh-huh.
there's like a distance that's like ideal for it, but
Great. What's its strong attack do? Okay. You know, I say that I get confused by hitting B instead of A, but now that I think about it, PlayStation has used X for select for quite a while. It's like back in the original
Just in a
Final
different
Fantasy VII
position.
days that 0 or a circle was select. I don't know.
oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, I was trying to do a bounce. If you do a down light attack, you can like bounce off of them with certain. So like that
Ah.
one, you see, I can like chain them together.
But they're so high up, I have to even get above them in the first place. To
Yeah.
bounce. There we go. Oh, there we go.
You can use your up B to help too. Usually that's. I think with the
But-
pistols, you sort of do like an inverted attack, depending on which character
Oh, I see.
you're using. It's a little bit.
Does Penrose headset support spatial audio? Are they good for streaming media, movies, TV shows, etc.? Yes. So, oh gosh, where to start with that? So, in terms of supporting spatial audio, yes, they don't have any onboard processing for that. So, any spatial audio, software or processing needs to be done device side for that. So, for example, with the PlayStation 5's new Tempest engine, which uses, I believe, it's sort of generic HRTF technology, kind of similar to what we have in Reveal Plus. And yes, this is perfectly compatible with that, in the same way that other headphones would be, because again, the processing is not handled on board the headphone. The advantage you get for using Penrose for that, as opposed to, I don't know, pick another gaming headset company, basically, is the fact that we do use planar magnetic drivers. And so, in terms of audio quality, these are far superior to what you're going to get elsewhere. And in terms of that, how that relates to spatial audio, there is basically the more accurate your drivers are, the more accurate the sound reproduction, the more believable the spatial audio experience is going to be. So no matter what kind of spatial algorithm or HRTF you're putting over the signal, if you have crummy speakers that are distorting and things like that, it's not really going to give you, quite the same experience, as opposed to something like this, which again is our planar technology and all that stuff. So will be your first planar headset. No idea what to make of how people try to describe the difference compared to conventional audio technology, but I'm looking forward to finding out. Yeah, it's one of those things that even we kind of struggle on how to talk about that succinctly. I think the very, very short version, they sound a lot better, and I think as soon as you listen to them, it'll be fairly self-explanatory. Shoot, do it again.
So to answer the both of those questions a little bit as well, the thing about spatial audio is that it's oftentimes built in nowadays. So Dolby Atmos for headphones, or spatial, a lot of that kind of sound design is built into the games, movies, and media that you watch, right? And so a headset that supports it has some advantages, as Mobius does, but you don't necessarily need it, right? A Penrose playing back 2-channel audio is actually going to benefit from the Dolby for Atmos through the game design. Overwatch is a good example of this. That does really actually pretty decent, I think, Dolby Atmos encoding, and you don't require anything other than a 2-channel device to hear that. So the difference is somewhat confusing. The advantage of Mobius, of course, is that it acts as a true, 8-channel device, and that's allows a sort of a greater degree of flexibility. We actually have a lot of people who do surround sound QCing, like Pixelogic, who does a lot of stuff for Netflix, with the Mobius. So if you want to set up certain surround things, that has advantages, but you actually don't need it for most 2-channel devices. That processing, like I said, is mostly done by the game designers and by the audio engineers who actually finish and master the audio for these formats. And then in terms of planar magnetic technology, there's a lot of good tech deets on... you can use Dolby Atmos software with Penrose. It should work great. It should sound great, and it's designed to work because it's designed to work with any 2-channel headphone. It should work really well. So with the planar magnetics, also the Mobius obviously has the head tracking, which adds sort of a different element to it. So it'll track to your head, not just to your characters, in game.
Yeah, I mean, the two headsets are very different, as far as the answer to that question go, right? Because, I mean, in the case of the Mobius, all the spatial audio is built into that headphone as opposed to something like Penrose or any other headset, right? Which is, those are just stereo headsets, as Grover was saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Definitely try it out and see what you like, I actually like, I think Mobius is very cool, especially for games. But I also think that just Dolby Atmos on Penrose is also quite a good solution as well. So both of them sound good. They sound different. And I think it's really just, personal preference. The other factor, the planar magnetic drivers, we have some good tech articles on our website, which we can link to after the stream. But the basic gist of it is, from my understanding, that essentially the planar magnetic drivers have a slightly different wavefront than a dynamic driver when they hit your ear. And so they represent spatial details a bit differently. And they're able to represent a fuller range of frequencies than most of your typical, with a flatter frequency response than a typical dynamic driver. And so the spatial details and information that are included in the sound design that has been done in a game or a movie, through Dolby Atmos, for example, is going to be clearer. It's going to be more psychoacoustically effective, right? So spatial cues that aren't actually there are going to sound, more there and going to fool your brain a bit better. Having a wavefront that's planar versus point source obviously also makes a big difference in, the sort of phantom image of like having the sound outside of your head. As I said, we've got a bunch of tech articles on our website that kind of explain the techie details, but those are sort of the more subjective things that I notice with this technology. Also, have never played this Horde mode either, but so this is new.
I mean, doesn't seem like there's too much to it. Found out. Well, this isn't actually I've accidentally thrown my weapon about 3 times.
Oh yes,
now.
you can do that with the triggers.
Yeah. Now that one,
which is also the dash. I think the bumpers are the dash button, which is kind of a dodge. The lance is pretty good because you can hit a lot of people.
I see.
With it for this mode. Do you have I know, Jaren, do you have do you use Odyssey headphones at home? I remember you said you had a pair of LCD-X.
I basically have Penrose and Mobius headphones just kind of strewn about from my programming and voice cue recording days. So yeah, I used Mobius quite a lot until Penrose came out, and I've actually been using Penrose.
Interesting.
Pretty much every day. The wireless thing is just super convenient for me. Before that, though, my first set was the iSign 20. They handed me one of those when I first started working here, and I take those with me when I travel still. So those are my go-to headphones when I have to go travel for work, which obviously I don't currently have to do. But yeah, I have an LCD X at home as well and stuff like that. But
nice. Wave 7. 3,100.
All right.
830.
So this is just like an endless Horde mode, huh?
I think so. I think it's supposed to get harder.
Is it?
Have it set on the easiest setting, I think. Or maybe medium. I'm not sure. But like I said, the lance makes this. The lance is a little bit of a... For lower level people, it's a little bit
great
of a cheap weapon because you can just sort of pile drive people.
Yes. I figured that out a while ago.
Yeah.
And
you don't even really have to charge it. It's just the short B charge hits a lot of people. And a lot of the maps in this game are very flat.
Right.
So it's like bowling. Just line them up, knock them over.
Bowling for zombies. All right.
Yeah. I'm actually wearing my Brawlhalla beanie today, which I won at PAX East this year in a game with the devs.
Yeah, they had Brawlhalla there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they did. They're a smaller
studio.
studio. I think this was their first game or one of their first games.
Okay.
And it started as a very... I mean, it's free on Steam. It's always been free.
Right.
And they make money basically by selling skins and new characters.
I see. Sure.
But yeah, they had a little, challenge the devs. And I know the devs from just having seen them at shows and having chatted with them before. So they were cool. And they had a thing where if you managed to beat one of the devs, they would give you some merch like T-shirts and beanies and stuff like that. So
did you beat them?
I did manage to beat them.
Yeah.
Back when I played a little bit more of this.
Got it. Yeah, I was at PAX East. We were both at PAX East. I remember this. This is the beginning of this year. It feels so long ago.
So Kyle's asking, with such good audio equipment at home, when friends invite you over to watch something on their TV with built-in speakers, how do you stand it?
Yeah.
It's kind of funny, actually. I find a lot of modern TVs have much better built-in speakers than they used to. They're still not great, but they're at least like intelligible. But there are a couple of my friends who I was like, just here, this is like $100. Just get something serviceable. But yeah, I would say my solution is usually just to invite people during non-COVID times over to my house to play, because I'm kind of into speakers as well as headphones. And
yeah, we don't have any speakers hooked up to our TV, so the TV, especially, sometimes, it really just depends. I've noticed like certain streaming services mix things differently, right? Like so Disney mixes things a little bit lower, it seems like, in volume. So
it is quiet. Yeah,
same
they're
thing.
Quieter. Yeah.
But then Amazon and
loud
some
as ever living. Oh my gosh, it's so loud.
Yeah, and we have like the crummy TV speakers, so just certain shows, man, like even HBO with Game of Thrones, or it'll just be so uneven where most of the show will be at a really low volume, and then all of a sudden there will be some music cue that's just way too loud, and all I hear is out of my speakers.
Yeah, just farting.
Speakers.
I actually find the new, it's not super new, but it's like a Sony or an LG or something like that from maybe 2 years ago. Year or two ago. It's got fairly decent, and the new Sony speakers, this Sony TVs, sorry, have the weird. They've got like a panel driver. It's like the driver is a panel or something like that, and they actually sound. They're not. I mean, they're not full range, like really high resolution, but they do sound. They do sound okay for. Like you can hear people's voices and music cues that aren't super bassy or anything like that, and it's listenable. Right. So I'll say that.
Well, I'm glad you're down to one life. It's just been sitting
I didn't
here
realize how many lives we had because the chat overlay was on top of it. I was just like, do we just keep going? What happened?
Delta Audio, I would actually kind of just disagree with the premise of the question as a whole. I think I really don't think our failure rate is that much different than what you'd find with most of the headphones as well. I think way back in the day, we had some issues occasionally with a couple of models, but those have since long been redressed, and we're talking many years back. At this point, our manufacturing with the drivers has become very, very consistent. It's sort of in time with all of the, especially the more mass-produced headsets that we have now, like Mobius and stuff like that, that were more consumer priced. The only reason we're able to make headphones like this for the cost that we're able to and all that stuff is just because we've gotten so consistent with how we manufacture the drivers. So quality control wise and all that stuff is pretty solid. LCD2C and LCDX both budget and new headsets. I'm very sorry to hear that. I mean, like I said, I'm not claiming that we don't have any failures. Of course, that does happen, which is why we have our customer support team. And they're very on top of everything, and we have a very generous warranty policy. So anytime that does happen, you got 3 years on the drivers, which that alone is pretty unprecedented among, the audio world. Plus, once we do replace your drivers, we actually reinstate the warranty for an additional 3 years. So we do acknowledge that sometimes those things do happen. And there's, some other things too. Just make sure there's, being careful about the internal pressure changes and stuff like that. They are, it's very thin material. So if you're doing a lot of that, compression and things like that, that's never great. But still, generally speaking, most of the time you won't run into any problems. And in the unfortunate event that you do, just email support@audeze.com. Let them know, give them your serial number, all that fun stuff, and they'll take care of you. And yeah, the Penrose is great. Honestly, like I said, I haven't had any problems with the Odyssey headphones that I've had. I've been working with the company for several years now. So like I said, I've got Mobius at home, and again, those have been just sort of floating around now for whatever it's been since 2018, and every single one of them still performing as new. So
yeah.
Well, look at you still alive and everything.
Yeah, these there we go.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Delta.
Yeah, we're sorry it happened, and it like Jaren said, it does happen occasionally, but we do try to do our best to make it right. This sounds interesting. Dodge bomb.
Sound signature on the LCD24 versus the 3 and say the 4.
Oops.
Grover might be able to talk to that a little bit better than me. I haven't spent a whole lot of time listening to the LCD24s myself, so I don't really have a personal stake in that. Grover, have you done much comparing of those ones?
I have listened a little bit. Those are actually probably the ones that I'm least familiar with, but I will say I have listened to them a little bit, and they seem to... Chris Behrens actually talked about these in one of the...
yeah, that's probably the...
Was it the reference line or the origin? I think it was the reference line video. He talked about them a little bit. And he describes them as being a little more speaker-like. To me... because they have the staggered magnets of the LCD2s, but they use the diaphragms of the LCD4s, they kind of have that super fast resolving sound that the LCD4s and 4Zs and MX4s have, but they are a little bit smoother. I would say a little bit maybe less information, ever so slightly, in the upper mid-range. And it gives them a slightly more diffuse sound. And I've noticed this with the LCD2 Classic and closeback, and I use actually the LCD2 closeback a lot. They seem to have a slightly more, like I said, just open, diffuse sound. And Chris calls it more speaker-like. I think it does sort of a more wide imaging sort of thing that's cool. But largely, to me, they are similar to something like a 4Z. Or an MX4, just with, like I said, that slightly more diffuse, maybe slightly warmer sound of the 2 and 2Cs. So that's my opinion on the 24s. The LCD3 I find is kind of similar to the LCD. It sits firmly in between the LCD2 and the LCD4. It's I would say warmer than the LCD4. But it has, and not as warm as the LCD2. The LCD4 obviously is, I would say one of our, I don't want to say bright, but definitely has a lot of more treble information than some of our headphones. It's pretty revealing. The bass is very flat to my ears. But also extremely textured. And I do notice, though, that it does like a really good amp. Because of the higher impedance, a lot of people say a high-powered solid-state amp is a good choice. I actually like some higher impedance tube amps with it. That's just my preference. I think it makes them sound, very smooth and very detailed and whatnot. And I kind of like the sound of tubes with the LCD4. Are planers affected by altitude? That's a good question.
I would say no. I mean, I am not a scientist. I'm not one of our engineers, but I have taken my ISONs on planes a bunch of times, and yeah, I've yet to have a problem. Same thing with Mobius, never had a problem. So no, I would say no. I think the thing you need to be careful about would be sudden changes in pressure. Just again, nothing to do with where you live. I don't think you should have anything to worry about there. Yeah. Oh, it's just us, huh? Wow. Shit. Well, whoa, hey, look at that.
Oh.
Well, that's that.
I actually don't really know enough about the LCD house sound to really comment on that. I mean, I've listened to a lot of the headphones, and I've been a customer of some of the lower line headphones before, but I'm not. I can't really speak necessarily to how that sound was derived. I don't necessarily actually find that mine sound like they have a hole in the upper mids, but that's just me. No explosions in your headphones.
Yeah.
Generally a good policy, I think.
Yeah, LCD1 again, as he just mentioned, that one's going to have a little bit more emphasis in the mids and stuff as well. I think, no intention of, I think, dramatically altering our house sound. All I can really say about that one is that we have over the years just constantly been, refining and making subtle changes here and there as we learn more and get better at working with the technology and stuff like that. So it's only been improving over time. And yeah, some of the more recent ones definitely have a little bit more emphasis in that particular range. So if that isn't that you're looking for, oh yeah, I need to pick a character, huh?
That's interesting. Can you walk away while wearing the Penrose so you can see what the range is like?
Can you walk away? Oh.
Yeah. Well, yours is the wireless.
Yeah,
You're
sure.
on wireless.
Let's
so
see how it goes. I actually do this all the time. So it's going to be based on the room that you're in. So I don't know. You let me know if the I'm still talking, but basically, if you are not interrupted by any sort of walls or anything like that, then you should be fine. As soon as you leave the room and start getting any sort of interference with the wireless signal transmission there, then you might run into connectivity issues. But I am on the other side of the room right now.
It's about 20 feet away.
Oh yeah, definitely, at least. I'll go out of the room, but I don't want to accidentally disconnect and then have to reconnect. But let's see. Should automatically pair, so why not? Let's see how far I can go.
So he's now about 30, 35 feet, probably approaching 40 feet.
Yeah. So about, I don't know what that was, like 7 or 8 feet out the door.
Yeah. That was probably about 40 feet away from the dongle and with a wall between it. So we did have someone, I think the Chinese group tested the range, and they said they got something like 32 meters with a line of sight.
Yeah, there was an article that came out, I think, about fairly recently.
And that was a third-party test.
Yeah. But yeah, again, it's just really the same way that most wireless technology would work, right? Unless if you're interrupting it with a wall, then you'll run into some issues. But other than that, like if you have just a really big, open floor plan in your house, you could probably just play from your kitchen. And
it also depends. We have the dongle plugged into the top of the laptop or top of the desktop right now, so the visibility is pretty good. It really does depend on your setup. If you have line of sight, that always helps. This room doesn't have a ton of routers or other wireless things necessarily interfering. So
the one who knocks, I can't speak to those reviews specifically or what tests they were running and how they were running them. But again, I've been using this a lot at my own house, and I just in the office here just walked away. It's definitely more than 5 to 10 feet. Not connected to the PS5. Oh, no, not connected to the PS5. But, it's the wireless dongle. I don't know that the PS5 would necessarily impact the wireless transmission range. I wouldn't think so.
It shouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think.
Because it's handled by the dongle as far as I know. But, again, you should really only run into... issues on PS5. Yeah, I can't really say anything about that. But all I can say is that in my experience with the wireless transmission, you can walk plenty far. Definitely more than 5 to 10
I'll have
feet.
to ask Mark Martinez about the PlayStation.
Sure, yeah.
Experience with it. So I did notice something because the Series X that we have here for testing is only has one USB port on the front. So if you have it in a rack or you have it on the back, that might affect the range as well. Oh, that's right. The USB power is lower on PlayStation 5.
Oh, I
That
see.
could be. So the thing about PlayStation is they still don't support UAC 2 over USB, unfortunately. Which I wish they did. It's a modern format. It's it's just better. It offers more bandwidth, better speeds, better reliability. But Sony at this moment still does not offer UAC 2 on their USB, so that may be a limitation. I'd have to ask about
Don't
that
know.
specifically.
Most of us aren't fortunate enough to have a PlayStation 5 at home yet.
Yeah.
One day. We got our friend Mark over in customer support. He got one, so we're all drooling over that. He brought it into the office once and did a little show and tell, and I, let's just say he walked away mostly unscathed from that. Get as many things as possible wired and be an Ethernet stickler. Get as many things as possible. Oh. Well. Can't argue with that. Ethernet's always better than wireless for your internet.
More reliable.
We're connected to Ethernet right now, in fact. Presumably, I didn't double check to make sure the other side of the Ethernet cable was plugged into the wall, but I assume it is.
The speeds seem a little better than the Wi-Fi typically is in this room. So.
Sure, I could have a PS5 with no Penrose. This is not the case. Who would want a PS5 with no Penrose, though? That doesn't make any sense. Should be mandatory purchase. It really does make a huge difference. I mean, again, in some cases, maybe preaching to the choir here. I don't know how many of you are already Odyssey headset owners. I know a few of you have mentioned that it'll be your first Penrose, or sorry, not your first Penrose, your first Planar headset. No options for PS5 right now, and we need these shipped. Oh yeah, we've been shipping stuff quite a bit. I don't know when we started shipping I think last week. I don't remember. It's all kind of a blur.
Everyone was in-house doing
Yep. Thousands of headphones were programmed. Most of us are still alive. So we're working on it. What am I doing? Who even am I?
I don't know.
So
we should have enabled the name.
Oh yeah.
I think you can enable it in this game.
But yeah, I think I'm two people. Why am I two people?
Oh, it's a buddy. That's what this is. Okay, see, I didn't know what this mode was.
Yeah.
It's like you control two different. Interesting. Like I said, there's new modes, so I've just been trying all the new modes because I haven't played in a while.
And I've just been losing. Aha. Did you shut them down?
I think so.
Grover, good job.
Thanks.
Wow. You should get a raise.
Excellent.
I'm sad to inform everybody that my laptop battery has in fact died. Sort of. It got to 6% and I turned it off, but let's just
we can
call it
still
dead.
we can still see chat.
I can, because we have an overlay now. See, I haven't streamed for years and years and years.
Yeah.
And all these fancy overlays and other things you can do now these back in my day weren't exactly as common, so I'm just sort of mind is constantly blown every time you're like, oh yeah, you can do this with Streamlabs. I'm like, what? You don't even need a green screen anymore.
What? Bogus.
Oh yeah. Did we die? What happened? Did we lose?
We did. We did
well,
die.
That's unfortunate.
It happens. Oops.
Oh yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, first Planar headsets. Yes. So just to sort of reiterate that point, any of you who haven't gotten the chance to hear one of these yet, it really does make a big difference. I mean, obviously, if I said anything other than that, my boss would be upset, but it's really true. So it does make our job a bit easier since the products actually kind of speak for themselves. So again, if you are waiting on a shipment to arrive, I really think you'll be satisfied. I would be very surprised. And we've demoed these at trade shows quite a bit, not Penrose obviously, but we've been going to gaming shows a little bit more often for the past couple of years now, before the whole COVID thing happened. So we did PAX East this year. We did EGX London the year before that. I did TwitchCon in San Diego in 2019. Guardian Con in Florida, I think also in 2019. And so I had the opportunity to demo Mobius and LCD-GX for a lot of folks there. And it was very rare that I demoed these for somebody where they didn't have a big smile on their face. So again, I think it's not even a subtle difference. I mean, that's kind of the crazy thing. I think for audio, a lot of the time, it can be a very subjective experience. you know, and a little bit more abstract than something like visual, right? Like most people understand the difference in graphic quality, right? Like if you go from, you know, low quality to high quality graphics or a high resolution monitor or something like that, it's a visual change, and so it's very easy for people to process and to understand really what the difference is. But when you get into audio quality and fidelity and all that stuff, it gets a little bit trickier, right? Because you know, most of us haven't received formal training on how to actively listening or what we should even be listening to, and I think it can be daunting for a lot of folks who, you know, maybe aren't as familiar with this tier of audio technology. And I think, you know, with Penrose, with Mobius, this is really the first time that audio technology of this caliber has been made available to this market. And so it's going to be a very new experience to a lot of people, which is why for Mobius, I mean, every single review that has come out for that, it wins awards right and left. Because the standards are just a lot higher than what has been commonplace up till now. So again, once you get the opportunity to hear these, I think you'll recognize very quickly what the difference in audio quality is, and it won't be hard to tell. What mode is this? Is this just
This is
regular
capture the
old
flag.
mode? Was what?
Capture the flag.
Oh!
Yep.
Man,
Nope, it's capture the flag.
I was not helping. Oh wait, that guy's got a flag. Oh, so you just have to hit him to get the flag back?
Yeah, and you can throw the flag, I think, too. That one dragon CPU is
I'm trying.
kind of stupid.
Didn't try hard enough. Okay. Oh shoot. Yeah. Hey, look at that.
Nice.
So proud of us. Which one am I? I'm
You're the
I don't know what place I got.
Galaxy dude. Bubble tag.
I'm just going to assume it was first place.
Heck yeah. Actually,
Bubble tag. Did you say bubble tag?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Again, I don't know what most of these modes are.
Sure.
This one said bubble tag, so.
So presumably they're bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
What time is it?
Almost 2 o'clock.
Almost 2 o'clock. What is it, like 1:50?
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. All right. Well,
right.
technically this stream, I think we're supposed to go for an hour. So
Yeah.
we'll stay on maybe a little bit longer. If anybody has any last minute questions they'd like to ask us. Again, just to recap the big news for the day. 2 things. One, we did finally receive an update from Microsoft on the Penrose X situation. So keep an eye out on your emails today. We'll be sending out an update at some point once the stream is done with some more specific details. And then, of course, our Black Friday sale is up and running. Grover, if I type into this chat right now, what's
It'll
going
go
happen?
to Twitch and YouTube.
All right. Well, here, if any of you are interested, we've talked a little bit about Mobius today. If you're not familiar with what that is, it looks a lot like the Penrose headset that I'm wearing right now, but it came out first. Came out in 2018, and it's got surround sound, head tracking, all built into it, HRTF technology, all kinds of fun stuff. So it's just a fantastic sounding headphone with spatial audio technology built into it. I just typed in a link to our Black Friday page, so we are selling new Mobius headphones for 25% off, along with LCD ones also for 25% off. Haven't spent a lot of time talking about LCD One today, just because this is a gaming stream, so we've been focused on those products. But LCD One's another fantastic sounding headphone. If you're just interested in a stereo product, if you do any sort of production or anything like that, it's definitely something that's great to check out. Both of those are available right now for it's $299, and the standard price for that is $399. So again, we very, very rarely are able to put new stock on sale. So in fact, I think this is the first Black Friday that I've participated in where we've gotten to do that. So it is a bit of a special thing. And I do recommend, if you have any interest in that headphone and you got the money, to check it out. And that'll be going through Monday as well. And again, I think we have some LCD i3s as well. So if you have been interested in any of our in-ears, we do have some B-stock available. Do we know why headphones like the LCD2 Classic have seen an increase in price from $599? I couldn't say. I could only speculate. So I don't want to say anything wrong and then have one of our distributors be upset with me. So I would say your best bet is probably to ask them. But I couldn't say. I mean, generally speaking, I know that things like shipping and manufacturing costs have gone up for most people just because of the state of the world right now. So if I had to guess, it would be something around that, for no other reason than just to try and help people, get by during this difficult time. So you know, I wish I had more specific information for you there. Your best bet is going to be to reach out. If it's in the UK, we have a fantastic distributor there called KS Distribution. And in fact, they actually have a website up for us now as well, or they should soon. But yeah, I don't know what their domain is, but check them out. They're very, very helpful. They've been doing a lot of good work for us, so they should be able to help you out if you do have any questions. Again, that's KS Distribution. And again, for anybody who is international, I can't see right now how many people are watching and all that, but if you are overseas, we do have an international distributor network. So if you just go to our website, I think it's in Discover Odyssey, you should be able to look for our list. And yeah, it'll save you some money on international shipping as well if you do that. Well, any last questions before we sign off for the day? Again, I would like to thank all of you for joining. Again, this is our first stream, but first of many, we hope. We've been sort of chipping away at this room. Eventually, we hope to have fancy LED lights and fun stuff like that, and we won't have to hide behind this NVIDIA, what is it called?
Broadcast.
Broadcast. I should be able to remember that because it's one word. But cheers, guys. Thank you very much. We hope you enjoyed it. And keep an eye out, again, for future streams. Check out our Black Friday sale if you haven't. Again, the URL is listed above. And if you are a Penrose customer, please keep an eye out on your inbox today. We will have an update for you regarding Penrose X, which I know a lot of you have been eagerly awaiting. So with that, that's all I've got. You got anything?
No, that's all I've got.
All right. Bye, everybody.